away, take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me.
What's going on? Y'all know what time it is?
I've been thinking for myself, asking for
The LockMarie Talk Show
to work on you.
with your girl.
You always make me feel like
Give it up for me. Give it up for me.
you never leave my thoughts alone. Yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind.
Yes. It's your girl, Coach LockMarie, on the LockMarie Talk Show. How you doing today? What's going on? Hope you guys are having a beautiful, what is it, y'all? Friday. Thought I'd come on this Friday and say, what's up?
When you're away, nights are sleepless. Do we need space? Yeah, maybe
Thought we put some love music by King Sis, thinking about you, because we are talking about how to stop dating the wrong Mr. and Miss Right and attract the right heart and keep that.
I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you.
See, she asking for help. We asking for help. They asking for help. Everybody need help in this thing called relationship. That's why we got this book, y'all, because it's going to give us the tools that we need to progress forward and to do a little bit better in our picking and our choosing than we have done in the past. All right.
You're the reason I can't get out my head. I just can't stop thinking.
Let's see. Where are we now? We are like on page 198, and there's only 223 pages, so we are close to the end. Yeah. Alright, so we are in the chapters where the author is giving us her inside personal story and her fiance at the time and how they got together and everything. So let's see. We were talking about being yourself and just being who you are and being naturally you and not really putting on a lot of extras when it comes to the person that you're trying to get to know, because you want to be able to, be open and be honest and be transparent with them, because if you're going to spend the rest of your life together, you have to know each other, or at least you want to know each other. I remember it was coming up, I think it was the repeats during my time, but there was a talk, like a game show, and it was called The Newlyweds. And you had couples that had just got recently married, and they would go on there to see how well they knew their partner. And then, whoever answered the most questions right about one another, that couple would, be the winners of the game show. But a lot of times if, you got this mask on or you got this wall up, you really can't get to know the person because you're trying to, put on this act to make them think you're something when you're not. And 9 times out of 10, they would have just accepted you just the way you were, right? So that's what we're talking about. Let's start here. It says, Ladies, men want to know the real you. But I know it goes back to whether you know the real you or if you like the real you. In my opinion, any woman that cannot or does not go without makeup every single day has some interpersonal issues to deal with. That's just not normal. Now, I understand people have professions, people are actresses or actors or they work in the cosmetic industry, but I know women who are like brands, literally, like they have brands and they are the makeup, right? They still don't wear it all the time. They have different facial cleanse and things that they'll use to remove the makeup to show you just how you can still have good skin or, be beautiful without it. And so, for some women sleep in it. Like it is just that deep. Why? It's to each its own, there's personal reasons. But for health wise, me being a health coach, this is really, something that I preach. It's like you have to, from the inside out, not just what you eat, but your mental, your emotions, your psychological, everything. You want to be healthy. And so if there's something going on, you have to ask yourself why and get to the root cause of it. Not the symptoms, not the surface, but the root. Get down, dig deep, because in order to be healed, you must address it and, understand what the problem is so that you can then avoid it and get past it. Okay. It says, now I know half the world is probably disagreeing, but it is what it is. Just like with weaves and wigs, at least once a week or once a month or once a year, you should always just be you. Beauticians, any beautician, even they get your money for putting it in, but they'll tell you, when you take the braids out this time, you go back for your touch-up. They say, when you take them out this time, let your hair breathe for a minute, before you put them back in. Or, you're going to take the weave out, but, give yourself at least a month or two, let your hair relax. They even recommend that. And I'm sure any makeup artist or any, esthetician, the face experts would tell you to you have to breathe. Let your face breathe. Let your hair breathe. You have to breathe. You need oxygen. Your body needs oxygen. Your face needs oxygen, in order to survive. It says, whether you are bald or not, make your hair work for you. If you do not like you, no one else will. How can you expect a man to completely love and adore you for you, and you do not even love and adore you? We have to be fair. We cannot expect from someone else something we are not willing to give. How can you expect a man to be totally open and honest with you, and you have never been totally open, honest, or naked, for lack of better words, before him? Your thoughts, your inner fears, your desires, your likes, you must be careful and not open up to a man or woman too soon. But once you have begun to date and you know that this is someone that you want to start building with, you have to begin letting down your guards and your barriers for a relationship to be real, to be lasting, and to be authentic. Give it a try, and if you are with Mr. or Miss Right for you, I guarantee it will all be worth it. Another way to capture the heart is to focus on their good qualities more than their bad. You must address the bad, of course, but give them a chance to change it, and do not constantly nag them. If they are the right one for you, they will change. And I've heard it said, and I am a living witness personally, if a woman wants a man to change, and she tries to change her man, it will only be authentic, and it will only be real if he loves you. He'll do it for himself and for you. You don't have to make him or try to force him, or, well, some women, I see a lot of movies with the ultimatums. You don't need to do that. If a man loves you and he wants to be with you, he's going to dig deep within and say, okay, what do I need to be? What do I need to do to be the man who she needs me to be? For not just really her, but for myself. And that's where it comes in, ladies. We are the tool. We're the helpmate, that helper, to help them grow into who they are to be. Remember, they've been single for years, so they've been able to just be this, bachelor, or Mr. GQ, whatever, Mr. Smooth Daddy, or Mr. Pimp Daddy, all the different names they have for him. It's Rico Suave. But when he gets with you, you bring out another side of him. You show him like, whoa, I got some growing to do. If he hasn't truly, developed or grew into that person. Let's see. I will say here that when I came in contact with my now fiance, he had what I considered a lot of harmful habits. He knew they would not have been a part of his character. He knew they should not have been a part of his character. I knew I could not be with him if he was doing a lot of those things, but because we were friends first, I was able to be honest and tell him my feelings on him doing those things. I can even remember a time when he had called me and I was sitting on the couch while we spoke. I asked where he was. He told me he was at a friend's. I knew the friend, and I knew what type of person that the friend was. So I asked him what he was doing, and he was honest, and he told me he was hanging out having a couple of drinks. So I said, well, I guess I'll go over my neighbors and have me a cold brew. He laughed and laughed, because for one, I never have, even to this current time, had any type of drink or drunk anything stronger than a caffeinated soda. I asked him why he was laughing. If he can go and hang out and drink, then so can I. He understood exactly what I was saying without saying it. Ladies, you do not have to nag a man. All you have to do is flip that script. Make him see it from your perspective. And I'll stop there and say, that's very true. Being in relationships, a lot of times women, we try to mother men into doing things and, try to correct them when that's not our job. And men, that's not your job. I saw a post the other day, a guy was doing a video, and he said something on those lines of, if you're the right man, then you can correct a woman in love. And you hear all these old beliefs, and it's been around for centuries, but I don't believe it's